Mobile apps and their ads are getting out of hand. On one end, you have ads that seem rather innocent.
Me and Mert have been friends a long time.
And to make decisions, we play Royal Match.
And apparently they all have the exact same experience.
Zero ads.
And on the other end, you have apps constantly reminding you how unorganized your life is.
You're wasting your time on your phone.
So I decided heck with all this. Every app that I see for the next 7 days, I will download and review them. Except Temu, I will not be downloading that app. So over the course of next week, I was seeing ad after ad, whether that was on Instagram on my daily doom scroll, or an app on an ad because I don't want to pay $6.99 for no ads, or even in a video that I watched during the 7 days that featured an app. I downloaded it. Now you may be wondering how many apps did I end up downloading. Now I will say that this could have been higher because some ads say that they are apps but aren't apps. So 0 out of 10 for all the apps that scam me out of my time. But it ended up being 45 apps. So after playing or using all 45 apps, I narrowed it down to 7 that I want to talk about and give a personal award to. The first one being Citizen. This app is kind of like if your neighborhood group chat had its own app, but far worse. When I opened the app, I was asked to put in my number, which at the time I wasn't suspicious, but now I am. It makes 0 sense. So after I created my account, I turned on my notifications because that's kind of the main point of this app, to get alerts around accidents and crime happening in your city. But then the very next page, I either need to sign up for a 7-day free trial or pay $2 a month just to use the app. But then after 20 seconds of thinking, a box pops up in the upper right and allows me to skip the premium subscription trap that I was held hostage in. So once you get into the app, there's 2 different layers you could choose from. Map layer, which shows incidences and crimes and maybe a fire that is going on in your city. But then the second layer is registered offenders. And I'm not really going to sugarcoat this part. This app is a scam. You have to pay for Citizen Plus, not only to see their face, but also their addresses too. So me and my girlfriend decided to do some digging because registered offenders' name, face, and addresses are all public information. And I was aware of one of them that lived in my area, and guess what? We found him. This Citizen app baffles me that it nearly forces you to pay for this app when all the information about registered offenders is free. This app is honestly a complete joke, and that's why it gets my award of most likely a scam. 1 out of 10. I promise you that not all apps that I'm going to review are bad, which means the next app is Squad Busters. I'm sure after one day you got some really good sleep, rolled over, opened up your phone, tapped on TikTok, only to see an ad that featured Thor, Wednesday Addams, Mr. Chow, Moana, Lego Batman, Bella Porch, ZHC, The Sign Guy, creating the weirdest crossover of the year. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually really excited to play this game, not only because it poured like millions of dollars into advertisement. Like, it's crazy enough to see this ad on TikTok, but also to see it on your TV? Huh? Now, for as the game goes, you spawn in with a single hero fighting against 9 others from around the world. You can defeat NPC enemies to gather coins to then unlock chests to begin building your squad. And as you play, the map gets smaller and smaller to a point that you have no idea what in the world is going on. It's kind of like a typical battle royale, but with nearly everyone alive until the final 30 seconds. And mind you, the goal is to collect the most gems in 4 minutes. You can collect these either from the center of the map or by collecting them off eliminated players. And if I'm being honest, this is just kind of like a reimagined Brawl Stars, which was also made by the same company. Now, as much fun as I have for the time that I played, which is about 7 matches worth, there's one glaring issue that stands out amongst the rest. For as much hype and advertisement this game has, it still feels like I'm playing against bots rather than real humans. And for as much as this game was basically force-fed to me, I would hope that there'd be more real people playing the game, which is why I gave Squad Busters the award of Most Popular Disappointment, 7 out of 10. Now you may be wondering, how long did I play each app? I tried my best to at least play 20 minutes of the game at least, or until I kind of got the gist of the game if it became repetitive. But there's one app that stands out amongst the rest, and that is Mini Monsters. In this game you do 3 things: open up packs, collect cards, play mini games. That is it. And for some reason, I got so addicted to this game, I ended up playing 1 hour and 35 minutes in one day. I ended up opening up 50 packs, 85 cards, all in one collection. There are 4 collections. I still have so much more to play. Now, the only thing beyond the basic card opening concept is these championship battles, basically where your cards go head to head against other players. And that brings me to the downside of this app. The game does get repetitive even if it is a great time killer. And another being that the pack openings do seem rather artificial because there's not like an unlimited amount of packs that you can buy from. You see them come off the shelves, you open, collect, minigame. It's that simple. And so with that, I gave this app the award of the best 1 hour, 35 minutes I ever spent. 8 out of 10. Now, I know I can't get to every app, or this video would be an hour and a half long, but I did want to give some honorable mentions to apps that I found interesting. Affairs 3D. This is the app that I saw in a video, and it makes zero sense. The gameplay is basically just going through levels, and there's always kind of a twist related to love. You receive coins after each level. There is nowhere to use or spend these coins within the game, but maybe I just need to wait for future updates. 3 out of 10. Royal Match. I'm sure you guys have heard Royal Match before or even played it, and I'm sure you downloaded it because you thought the gameplay was going to be exactly like the ads. Wrong. Personally, I'm really intrigued how they're able to hire super famous actors, considering that there is 0 ads within the game. 4 out of 10. Top Drives. Honestly, I was completely shocked by this game. In Top Drives, you collect cards that you can use as cars to compete in head-to-heads. They all have unique stats, so some cars are faster on straight maps, while others have more handling for the maze-like head-to-heads. Honestly, I continue to play this game, and it's a blast. 8 out of 10. Coach RX. Now, I don't have much footage of this app in totality because it's one of those ones that has an app, but you also have to pay to actually sign in. Though I do think it would be a perfect app for me as a coach. So 1 out of 10. Kick the Buddy 2. I was completely taken aback by this game because I remember like 10 plus years ago playing Kick the Buddy on my iPod. But just like many franchises out there, sometimes they create too many installments that aren't really necessary. Plus, on the second level, my buddy just disappeared, so I couldn't play the game anymore. 3 out of 10. Rise Sleep. This app is all about finding your perfect bedtime routine. Overall, I think this app is great for actually locking in those bedtime habits. The unfortunate part about this review is that I had to sign up for a 7-day free trial even to use it, but then it's $69 for an entire year after that, which I'm currently now paying for because I didn't cancel it in time. 7 out of 10. And the final honorable mention goes to Balance. This app is honestly a steal. Not only does this app have guided meditation, which I did try and thought was pretty solid, even though sometimes the silence of meditation can be kind of awkward for me, but they give you an entire year free trial just to try Balance. If things start getting out of hand, I might just have to take that free trial. 9 out of 10. But what about if I told you there was a game that mesmerized me more the second I opened the app? I'm sure most idle games that you played seem like rinse and repeats plastered with a brand new theme on it. Games like Egg Inc., Cookie Clicker, Adventure Capitalist all get pretty boring the more that you play. But Idle Outpost, this game is an incredible idle game. Right as you open the game, you immediately find out that the world has been overrun by zombies. And this is important because after stage 1, you and your love interest have a special moment together. But a zombie snuck up behind you and bit her, so you have to go click, click, boom! The emotional turmoil in this game is just so overwhelming. But in all seriousness, I like this game for 3 reasons. The first being that each stage kind of builds off one another in a way. Not only from the story perspective, but a lot of idle games very much like this, you sell products, buy upgrades, complete stages. The second being after chapter 1, stage 3, you can play in a game mode where you go through more stages, but this time gearing for battles against bosses. Even though that part of the game is super grindy, that's what I love about it. The third being the arena, where you go head to head against other players from around the world, similar to typical strategy games, where you earn trophies but can lose them when you're offline when fighters attack you. Personally, an idle game having 3 different ways to play is shocking. And that's why I gave Idle Outpost the Best Buffet Award, because I keep coming back for more. 9 out of 10. Let me be serious for 1 second. This next app is my guilty pleasure, and it's not a game that you would think that I'd play. It's called Happy Diner Story. When you open the app, you're immediately offered a job as a waiter for a beachfront restaurant. And your first task in level 1 is to earn 40 coins within 3 customers. And let's say, I crushed it. First day on the job was pretty much a success. And as you progress through the game, you earn these stars that you can use to unlock new items to sell to customers. Now, I will say that I didn't notice how odd the combo of steak, lettuce, and popcorn chicken was until now, but that does not stop me from loving this game. I'm now flying through levels. Level 3, cakewalk. Level 4, I didn't even let my waiter rest. But now it was time for the real test. Level 5, hard level. Earn 288 coins within 8 customers. And I can't lose a customer or I fail the level. But before we begin, I need to buy some upgrades. I need to upgrade my tray capacity, increase table count, and speed up my chefs in the back cooking. Because if I'm cooking out here, they better be cooking back there. Ain't that right, Sal? Level 5 was on. This was honestly going to be the most legendary, most epic, most crushed it. Sal crushed it too. I ended up playing this game so much, I was able to unlock 5 different tables. I now have 6 sides in stock, opened up a salad bar, my tray now has 3 slots, and the best part is, I'm on level 20. This game is nearly 500 levels to play. So if you don't see me for another 2 years, you know why. And that's why Happy Diner Story gets the award of Best Guilty Pleasure. 8 out of 10. Nationers, I feel like I've been pretty honest with you all video, but I need to come clean because I almost quit making this video. There was an app that drove me to the verge of deleting all the footage and deleting every single app. That app is called Mow and Trim. Level 1. You would think it would be an easy level. You think you learn how to play the game on level 1. I learned how to hate the game on level 1. The premise of the game is to mow all the grass on the level. And with the grass you do mow, you can turn into cash to then upgrade your lawnmower to make it easier to cut more grass. Except the upgrade station has the gravity of the sun, because if you drive near it, your car gets pulled in even if you don't mean to upgrade, which became kind of annoying. And the worst part about this game is that you're served an ad roughly every minute, and they serve it in the worst possible way. Usually while you're mowing, you get a pop-up asking you if you'd like to triple your money. You tap, no thanks, but then they serve you an ad anyways. It's like I might as well have just tapped the triple my money. I might as well get something out of this. So the next time I saw a pop-up ad, I just let the time run out, and boom, ad! This game has 30 levels, and you would think that it gets harder to play with each level. It was already hard enough to play on level 1, but I did manage to get to level 3. And when I got to level 3, I spawned in, filled up my lawnmower, boom, ad. I got so mad, I swiped up and quit the app. All of that happened from pop-up to swiping out within 3 minutes of gameplay. This game is quite frankly one of the most infuriating games I ever played, and to think I was super excited to talk about this game in a good light, and for that reason, Mow and Trim gets the award of Worst Experience, 2 out of 10. The final app I want to talk about, I have a lot of familiarity with. Years ago, I used to have an app that I used for brain training, fun games that help me build my memory, expand my vocabulary, improve my focus, called Peak. But there was a competitor app called Elevate that takes that to another level. As you begin, you answer a few questions tailored to what you want to improve. I tap yes on wanting to improve my vocabulary, articulate my thoughts more clearly, improve my writing abilities, and then immediately they throw you into the depths of a minigame. It was a lot like the Lexile test you take in school that gets progressively harder if you pick the correct answer. After the test, I was given my results, being intermediate in writing and speaking and advanced in reading, math, and memory, which I thought was pretty accurate. I'm not super creative in my writing, and sometimes I have a hard time articulating what I want to say, but math and memory also being advanced, I felt pretty right, especially with my experience on Peak. Now, I didn't pay for the $40 subscription for the entire year, which if you ask me is a complete score, but with the limited version I get 3 games a day, a reduced library of games offered, and simplified metrics of my levels. The first brain game that I played was called Brevity. It's basically a game where I'm supposed to identify the word that was unnecessary as it was redundant to the sentence. I ended up getting 6 correct in the 50 seconds that I had to answer, and I felt like I was off to a strong start, and honestly, I learned a lot during those 50 seconds. So on to the next brain game called Agility, a pretty simple game where you tap the word that is a synonym to the word in the top. And again, I learned a lot from playing this game. I ended up getting 11 answers correct to get the rocket from the ground to the moon, which just kind of adds to the layer of gamification that Elevate has to offer. The final game I played was Connotation, somewhat of a hybrid of the other 2 brain games. In short, I was supposed to swipe left or right depending on if the word had a negative or positive connotation. And if you got any wrong, it would show you why, which I thought was kind of a nice touch because it shows you how to correct your mistake and you're just not there struggling forever. I'm talking to you, Duolingo. And after the 3 brain games, you're given a workout highlight that showcases what you did well during the games. Honestly, I think Elevate is a fantastic app, especially if you pay for the $40 per year, whereas Peak is $60, and I haven't used that app in years. Actually, one of the main reasons why I quit Peak was that I had actually poured a good amount of time into the app, enough where my scores and levels were good enough that I was kind of scared for them not to be as good as they once were. And then eventually I miss a day, and then a week, and then 2 weeks. It all kind of reminds me of my YouTube journey back in 2021, when I joined a creator program where our goal was to upload a video each week for 6 weeks, and I had successfully uploaded 6 videos that I thought were my best piece of content at the time. But then all of a sudden I miss a week, and then 2 weeks, and then at some point I'm even scared to upload at all if it's not my best piece of content. And that's why Elevate deserves the award of most impactful. 10 out of 10.